that everyone's here today, the turnout that we have. Thank you so much for making the efforts to get the kids, someone watch the kids, the dog, whatever you had to do. Get people come from San Diego, Inland Empire, Los Angeles area, all to come together. We really appreciate you making the efforts to do that and spend time with us and with each other as well. It's so important that you as the parent group are a part of your child's sports experience. And at the Wildcats, our mission, our belief is that together we can make youth sports a life-changing experience. You've probably heard the term that, or the saying that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it's the same thing with an athlete. Our approach might be different than some of the approaches you've seen in other youth sports clubs. We think from the administrators to the coaches to the parents to the athletes, it takes everyone's collective effort towards the same shared goals, the same philosophies and language to help the athlete become the best that they can be. And if we can do that together, we'll have the best possible program available. So the purpose of tonight is to start the season this way, and start bringing us together and start talking about these things and spending time with each other and share with you our beliefs, and that we hope can become shared beliefs with all of us. So the Wildcats Hockey Club has 3 core beliefs, and it all stem from the part that together we can all make this happen. And the first is that we believe in learning, and that if you do the right things and you're willing to put the effort in, you can achieve anything that you want to achieve. So we want these kids, these athletes, they might be 6 years old or 18 years old, we want them to believe that they can accomplish anything if they work at it. If they keep trying and working at it, they can achieve anything. That takes everyone together to do that. We believe in long-term athletic development over short-term compromises for short-term success. So we don't want to be the reason that a kid doesn't achieve his dreams or his or her dreams because we took a shortcut when they were younger to accomplish some goal that maybe was important to us. And again, it's important that we share that goal together, that we're thinking about the big picture, even when maybe the athlete can't see the big picture, that we're considering that for them. And the third is that we believe we have a responsibility to harness the power of youth sports to build better people, closer families, and that will result in a better world. We believe that. Almost every kid in the United States will play youth sports at some point. And if we're all speaking the same language and we're working towards the same goals, we can teach them to work through hard times, to be a better teammate, to be disciplined, all those things that we want the kids to learn. And I know that when a kid loves something, when they love hockey, and they're looking out at that coach in their eyes, they want to learn, they're receptive now. And maybe they don't want to hear mom and dad tell them to eat your broccoli and go to bed and brush your teeth and all these things because it's kind of all this stuff, but when it comes to hockey that they love, that they're receptive to those things. And we believe that's a big responsibility and one that we don't take lightly. So that's our foundational beliefs, and those seem like maybe big goals and big dreams to shoot for. That's what we had to start with. I took over this club as club president in 2011. We were far from that. I'll be honest with that. We were far away from that. And we had to first define what we wanted to be, and then how do we get there. So how do we achieve those things? We need to take on partners stronger than us. So we have 3 pillars of the Wildcats. And that's what you're going to hear from today. You're going to hear from each of those pillars that help us achieve this goal that we want to accomplish. And our first pillar is USA Hockey's American Development Model. And you'll hear some speakers directly from USA Hockey that flew in tonight to speak with everyone. And the American Development Model is what provides the framework and the structure for everything that we do with the kids on and off the ice from an athletic programming standpoint. It's backed by the NHL, the NCAA, the US Olympic Committee, it's sports science and research, and it's to help them become the best athletes that they can be. And like I said, you'll hear directly from them this evening. Our second pillar is that we're a proud partner of the Positive Coaching Alliance. Since 2014 is also when we became a model association of USA Hockey. And Positive Coaching Alliance provides the foundation for what we do as a culture, how we treat the kids as coaches, how we expect the players to act from a character standpoint, what roles we want the parents to play in all this. this and how our whole culture feels when you come into the rink. And you'll hear directly from Positive Coaching Alliance today as well. And our third pillar is our staff structure. So when we first started changing how we wanted to act as a club, we realized under our current structure it was impossible. Because we were really just a collection. This is, like I said, back in 2011 when I took over, we were a collection of individual teams. We were a bunch of individuals, coaching teams, trying to build teams that would win hockey games, which maybe good coaches and good players, but we were very separated. And in order to come together and start speaking the same language and work together for a kid, whether he or she started off on one team and then progressed to another team under a completely different identity, we needed to speak the same language. We needed to change our structure in order to do that. So we went to program directors and age group managers. They're full-time people that are responsible for entire programs or entire age groups, from that AAA level player to the kid that just started playing club hockey. And their job is to take care of every one of those players in our organization and give them the best possible development experience and sports experience that they can, and work together to progress those players to the next guy, and all of those directors and age managers work together for all the kids, whether that means with our club program teams. You might see other age managers coaching, helping out with your team, even though they're not their full-time guy, or even with our private training program, doing that all together. So before we get into our first speaker, I just wanted to introduce some of the staff so you could put some names and faces as you may see them when you're going around the various rinks. So I won't make them do a long speech, and I think we have everyone in here. I see people wiping their mouths quickly just in case they don't have spaghetti sauce on it. Is Darlene Hurd in the room, or is she still hopping on the outside? Okay, if she comes back. Darlene Hurd is our tournament director, and she's been with us since, I think back then, since 2011. And she has 2 kids in our program, and you'll see her at our tournaments, likely. Is she coming in? Give her a little round of applause. Shannon Odom is opening the door right there. She's our hockey coordinator. Jen Geringer is our hockey administrator. You saw her on the way in. There's Jen. All the website work and online registration things, that's Jen. Taryn O'Hara in the back there, the red shirt. He's our pro shop manager and also a coach with us in Carlsbad, working with Bryce. Marcus Miklovich to his left in green. Co-age manager at Riverside and also a coach. He coaches with a number of our teams. Emery Duran, where's Emery? Right there. And Emery just moved here from Minnesota as an age group manager at Riverside. Bryce Carlman, hand up Bryce, everyone knows that he's our program director in Carlsbad. He's the age group manager this last year at Riverside, and he's moved up to our program director now in Carlsbad. Paul Esdale is our program director in Riverside. And a Canadian guy in the mix, which is always good. Tomas Kapusta is our high performance program director. And also a partner in the Wildcats. And Joyce Frank, where did Joyce go? She's shy right here. Vice President of Operations, also my soulmate and mother of my children, so make sure you're nice to her, please. She's the one behind the scenes. Everything that looks, if it looks smart and looks like I might have done it, she did it, so make sure you give her prize for that. I just want to show you, walk through what's in your packets. Everyone should have got a parent packet today when you came in for your family. And if you didn't, make sure you get one. There's some great stuff in here from all of our partners. You'll find a Hockey Monkey coupon for a special sale just for Wildcats on I think this coming weekend. There's an online option and in-store, as well as a Hockey Monkey pen, so you can take notes from our great speakers tonight. There's a Wildcats hockey insert that has some of the information summarized of what I just talked about our philosophy and our pillars. And there's also a parent book from Positive Coaching Alliance, a parent handbook from USA Hockey, and a skill book from USA Hockey that goes into the deeper aspects of the windows of tradability. If you want to understand more of the science to what goes on in our programming, that skill book does a great job of breaking down all the different age groups and what's most important. Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker. I'm going to read the profiles of our speakers because they're all so humble that I know they will never tell you themselves. And I want everyone to know how fortunate we are to have these folks come from a long ways in to come just to speak with our club. So Jim Perry earned his degree in physical education at the University of Southern California while playing basketball for the Trojans. Jim began his career in teaching, coaching, and athletic administration at the high school and college levels in 1975. Since then, he has served as chairman of the National Coaches Council and president of the National Council of Secondary School Athletic Directors. Jim has also served as a member of the Building Character Through Sports Task Force for the White House and congressional conferences in Washington, D.C. In 1997, Jim was inducted in the Southern California Interscholastic Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. California State Athletic Directors Association named Jim the California State Athletic Director of the Year for 2006. Jim currently serves as the California Interscholastic Federation President-elect. The CIF is the governing body for all high school athletics in the state of California. The CIF is responsible for all 1,500 plus member high schools and over 850,000 student athletes. In March of 2012, Jim was inducted into the National Association of Sport and Physical Education Athletic Director Presidential Hall of Fame. And Jim retired in July of 2013 with 38 years of experience in teaching, coaching, and athletic administration at the high school and college levels. He is now the District Athletic Director for the Huntington Beach Union High School District and is also an adjunct professor at Concordia University, Irvine. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Perry.
It just means I'm old. So we can get a jump on this, please take your cell phones out. I know you're going to think I'm nuts, but I'm serious, take your cell phones out. You're going to send me a text message. See that thing right there? Go to your message window. Just act like you're driving.
It's easier.
All right, we all good? Go to your window. The number you're going to text it to, 763-2405. In the message window, hashtag 18012. Your first name, your last name, and your email address. I know you've never had a public speaker do this before. If you do this right, in about 90 seconds, you're going to get a thank you from me, the Positive Coaching Alliance, and those of you that are doubtful, it'll put you on the TSA pre-check list. That got your attention, didn't it? We all it's 18012. That one on the far end is wrong. Use this white one up here. 18012. I'm dyslexic, so stuff like that happens. Are we all good? Because you're going to get 2 hours, and it's only going to take about 35-40 minutes, so we're going to roll. We set? Great. I'm going without you. Commercial, forget it. Here's our public partners, all that kind of stuff. You'll recognize some of those. Board of directors, you'll notice there are an awful lot of hockey people involved. There's a reason for that. Every day is a good day for hockey. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I actually went to a hockey game. I was shocked. You folks are crazy. You make soccer fans look like stark-raving, depressive manics, you know? I don't know how y'all do it. But it's a good day for hockey. And it's a great day for our kids and a great day for them to be involved. In the book you have, we're not going to do this exercise because we don't have time. There's an exercise in the book that you have about your goals for your kids. Here's what it boils down to. There have been 5 studies. There have been 5 studies done with 30,000 kids, 5 different times. And all they had to do is write down the top 10 reasons they participate in sport. Number 1 reason that comes back from kids every single time is what?
It's fun.
The F word. Fun. You know where winning comes in on the kids' list? Comes in 9th on the girls' list. Comes in 7th on the guys' list. Then we gave the same survey to their parents. We thought that was a smart thing to do. Number 1 reason that comes back from parents that they want their kids to play is winning, and it's not even close. It's not even close. You know where fun comes in on our list as a parent? 5th. We have 4 other things we want our kids to deal with before fun is ever an issue. Did we all play for fun? Then why are we taking that away from our kids? What gives us the right to take that away from our kids? Because we all played because it was fun. No, not now. We played to win. That's on us. Those are some of the things that are on that list that kids put down, the reasons they play, and the reasons that we want our kids to play. No, you can't see that. Be the model. If we tell our kids, don't yell at officials. Be respectful of officials. And then we go to games and do what? Yell at officials. What's the message? Be respectful of your coach. Yes, sir, no, sir. And when your son gets home, we bash the coach for the 30-minute ride on the way home. What's the message? We either do or we don't. It's the, what is it, the Yoda thing. We do or we don't do. Be respectful of the officials. Period. That's all of us. Be respectful of the coaches. Period. That's all of us. Not part of us, not half of us, not 3/4 of us, all of us. Your child, we already talked about what your child's score was going to be. They all play, they don't have fun. You'll see a statistic here in a minute. There you go, 70% of the kids in this country are done with team sports at the age of 13. Out! See you later, goodbye. Will never play on another adult team sport by the time they're 13. 2 reasons. Number 1, overbearing, out of control, whack job, coaches. Crazy coaches. Nuts. Yell, scream, throw things, smack them, kick them, bench them. You're horrible. You suck. You can't play dead in a cowboy movie. All that stuff. Second reason. Overbearing, out of control, whack job. Say it together. Give me an amen, brothers and sisters. Us. We want them to play. And we drive them away. I don't get it. What am I missing? There's a huge, I came down that toll road, 41, whatever it is. There's a huge skateboard park up there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You know who's not there? There are no parents there. You know who else is not there? Raise your hand if you know a skateboard coach. I'm sure this is a heart attack. Go home and Google skateboard park, Santa Margarita. See how many come up. That's why they're there. And those guys are freaks. Those are the best athletes in town right up there. We make the difference. Parents, I'm a parent. I've got a 34 and a 30. They made it. There's hope for y'all. It happens. They leave. It's phenomenal. I swear, it's great. You'll love it. Keep your eye on the big picture. I heard a statistic. Where is it? What's the statistic about Little League baseball players and hockey players? Listen to this, folks. Listen to this.
More Little League World Series pitchers have played in the National Hockey League than have pitched in the Major League Baseball.
Did you hear that? More Little League World Series pitchers play in the NHL than play Major League Baseball. And you want your kids to specialize in a sport? Really? Seriously. Let them play. Let them play. It's a great stat. I gotta remember that. This idea of kids, coaches, parents, leaders, all being on the same page, all speaking the same vocabulary. This idea of there being two issues here. The double goal coach and the double goal parent, and that's us, the parent that is winning important in Mission Viejo. Y'all lying. You know exactly what the answer is. It's a big deal. Go to Mission Viejo High School on Friday night and ask Rob Johnson, is winning a big deal here? Yeah. Yeah. Versus, oh, let's back up. Why do they keep score? See who wins, right? How many of you have ever had your kids in a league where they don't keep score? You're lying.
On the board.
Who's keeping score? It ain't the kids. Because we go home and tell them, you know, we didn't keep score, but we got beat 4-0. And they're horrible. We should have kicked them. Parents were crazy. All right, here's a quick video clip.
Hopefully. No, it's not going to work. Never mind. We'll skip it. We got time. Basically, what he has to say is that winning is the only thing. It's from the movie We Are Marshall.
Winning is the only thing. True or false? False? Really? Really? Athletics is inherently based on failure, not success. I asked the coaches earlier tonight, Wayne Gretzky, greatest of all time, correct? Well, no, who said no? Get out. I'm kidding. Bobby Orr. What's their percentage of successful shots on the goal? 15%? Maybe? That means he failed 85% of the time. Praise! How many of you can fail 85% of the time and keep your job? Any of you a doctor? You're not going to admit it now, are you? Your doctor fails 85% of the time. Keep his job? Oh, he goes to jail. Think about it. This whole idea of teaching life lessons, that ability to put life lessons together, the ability to handle defeat, because they're going to see defeat much more often than they're going to see success. And that ability to handle the next play. Next play. Just a quick thing to think about. It's going to happen to you. If it hadn't happened already, it will. That idea that your daughter or son is playing less than you think, and you know they're better. I hear it all the time from parents. I get these phone calls from parents all the time. I'm not going to tell you my name because my son would kill me if he knew I called. And I say, I'm hanging up, click. They call back. Why did you hang up? Because I don't want you to die. You just told me your son would kill you, and I don't want that to happen. Click. They call back. Give me a name, we'll talk. It's all about playing time. No, it's not about playing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Get over it. They're going to play. It's the idea of putting those two together. Next, play. How do we get our kids to understand there are going to be ups and downs? The main objective. Support. Support. My dad was a college coach. My dad saw me play one time in high school. One time. I opened the game with a shot in the wrong basket. I'm not making this up. I get home, he doesn't say a word. The next day, it's in the paper. Sophomore opens career with basket and wrong end. He looks at me right now, doesn't say a word. I'm thinking, come on, man, you gotta get me. Just get it off your chest, it's killing me. Lunchtime, he says, I gotta go to Long Beach, see this kid play. Why don't you go with me? Cool. We're going down the 405 freeway, we get off at Atlantic, we're heading down to our Long Beach Highway. He looks at me and he says, I forget what street we have to turn on. Do you have any idea where we're at? I said, no, I don't have a clue. He looked right at me and said, I know, I saw you play last night. He died 2.5 years ago. To the day he died, that's the only time he said a word about that. He knew I knew. That I knew that he knew. That I knew that our coach knew, that he knew, that I knew, that we knew. He knew I didn't do it on purpose. And he knew I learned from it. Next play. Move on. Get over it. You pull on that jersey. Represent yourself, your team, name on the front. I tell high school kids all the time, name on the front belongs to your team, belongs to your school. Name on the back belongs to your parents. I hate the fact that names are on the back of the jerseys anyway. That's just a personal thing. I don't get it. Kid's 15, can't remember his name? Really, grow up. And then when parents say, we have to have the names on the back of the jerseys, you're 50 years old, the kid's been there forever, you don't remember 5? The name on the front is the school and the team. The name on the back belongs to you as a parent, doesn't belong to the kid. He's got to represent both. Forget it. No, Doc's a good guy. How'd you like to be, Doc's kids were great athletes. How'd you like to be Doc's kid's high school coach and have him show up at the game? What he talks about is his son missed the game-winning shot. His son missed the game-winning shot, and when his son got home, he was just crushed. And Doc said to him, I hope you get it again tomorrow. I hope you have to shoot that same shot again tomorrow. Because that's the only way you're going to learn. Don't feel bad about it. Learn from it. Get on with it. Get over it. Next play. I don't fear stopping a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot. I fear not stopping it. Think about that. You're a goalie. How do they function? What's the mentality that they must have? You've been to an NHL game and watched them warm up? There's 10,000 pucks out there, all going 1,000. They're just... I don't get it. That's a whole different kind of stupid. They're amazing athletes. And they have to understand that next shot, I'm going to stop everyone I can. It's going to happen. Next shot, next play. 3 things. This Elm Tree thing, effort, learning mistakes, filling the emotional tank, honoring the game. Elm Tree. I'm going to ask a horrible question right now, but I got to ask it. Are there any Oakland Raider fans? You're not going to admit it, are you? There's some closet Oakland Raider fans. I know there are. Seriously? None? There's one. Any others? Thank you, ma'am. We will go a little bit slower for you. Okay? I'm kidding. Sort of. Results. Results. That's all that matters. Win it or go home. That's it. Win it or go home. Versus effort. We can get kids to play hard and smart and together. Winning and losing takes care of itself. I was listening to the coaches talk earlier about the whole idea of fundamentals and breaking the game down to the very simplest pieces. That's the only way that can happen. Every single piece leads to the end. It's the process. How many of you have been undefeated in life? Seriously. You've been undefeated in life. Oh, pay attention. You must be a Raider fan. I'm kidding. Do you know him? Okay, I'm just joking. Effort. Effort. Results are going to happen. Results are going to happen. Comparison with others versus learning. How come we're not as good as the Whalers? How come we're not as good as Costa Mesa? How come we're not as good as the Inland Empire? Really? Really? Just take care of ourselves. What did we learn today? What did we learn from the loss? More importantly, what did we learn from the win? We have to win. We have to pay as much attention to winning as we do to losing. Because there's as many lessons in winning as there are in losing. Mistakes aren't going to happen. They're not okay. Versus mistakes are going to... How many of your kids make bad plays on purpose? Gentlemen, how many of you go home and try to piss your wife off on purpose? One guy over there, he's a Raider fan. That's not what we do. We're trying to make the best play we can. Every single time stuff happens. Puck goes through our feet. We make a bad shot. We make a bad pass. We let it happen. Get over it. Move on. Learn from it. Effort, mistakes, and the ability for the next play. Give kids a feeling of some control. They begin to feel like they're part of the game as opposed to just kind of being a participant. Kids will stay hard, stay longer, they'll work hard. They won't be part of that 75%. They will be part of that 75%. They will stay with the game, or a game of some kind, a sport of some kind, an activity of some kind. My son at the age of 12 walked away from team sports. I'm out, done, see ya, goodbye. Had it. Golf. Dude is a genius. Played golf. Played golf all through high school. Went to college, got half of his college tuition paid for because of golf. Guy's my idol for life. Think about it. He walked away and had it. He was sick of parents. You know why he took up golf? Because he knew parents couldn't go out on the course. And he knew coaches couldn't coach him out on the course. Smart kid. Smart kid. Effort, learning, mistakes are okay. We will grow from those mistakes. That climate of mastery, that climate of self-confidence. Anxiety goes down, self-confidence goes up. You've seen kids in games that are scared to death to be out there. That's the last place they want to be. And the only reason they're there is because they think it's important to us as parents. They're out. They want out. And then there's those other kids. I'm in. What do you want? I'll do it. I need a goalie. I'll do it. You never played goalie. I don't care. I like those pads. Give me the pads. I'm in. Which one are we going to have? All the women are going, ooh. What he talks about is the fact that all we can do is the best that we can do, and everything else takes care of itself. He's talking to his team at Marshall University about how we just play as hard as we can. We do the best we can. That's it. That's all we can do. We'll let the chips fall where they may. This idea of mistake ritual. In your book, it talks about the mistake ritual. How many of you have been to a game and you've heard a coach say to a kid that just made a mistake, shake it off? Yes? Raise your hand if you've heard it. You ever seen a kid do it? Has anybody ever seen a kid shake it off? Yeah? What did the kid do? No, stand up. What did the kid do? That. Seriously. Shake it off! And the kid went, yep. Think about it. I saw a state championship volleyball game. The entire team was... Half the gym thought they were on drugs. They were playing so loose. They were playing to win. They weren't playing to keep from losing. Next play. My dad drove that into it. Next play. My college coach, on our shoes, he would write, head up on the toes of our shoes. Do you know why? What's the first thing your kids do when they make a mistake? What do they do with their head? You just did it. What'd you do with your head? You drop your head up. Cool. You look over at Coach goes, keep playing, my man. You're not coming out. Next, play. Next, play. Which car would you rather have? I had to get gas before I came down here. Which car do we want? One that's full. Why? Because we can go farther. I had to go up to Taft High School. Anybody know where Taft, California is? Where is it?
The drive up right now, we're put up 210. Well, I don't know where you're coming from.
You kind of go toward Bakersfield. And then you turn left and go like 35 miles. And you get to the middle of nowhere, you turn right, and then you keep going. And it's out in the middle of these standard oil fields. I had to get gas. I had to be able to get home. Our kids need gas. They've got to be able to get home every day. Whether it be from school, whether it be from practice, whether it be from games, they need our emotional support in those tanks. Kids with their empty, pessimistic, less coachable. Kids on full tanks, optimistic, more coachable, more teachable. Criticism, sarcasm, drains tanks. Kids are smart. They know when we're being sarcastic. Truthful. Listen. Listen to what your kids have to say. They'll tell you anything you want. You just got to ask right the questions. Corrections. Just imagine any of you teachers. What do you teach?
Special ed at Washington.
Where? In Olu?
Director of Special Ed.
So you know all about this then, right? For every piece of teaching, 5 pieces of reinforcement. For every piece of teaching, 5 pieces of reinforcement. This idea of the positive mindset, this growth mindset, fixed versus growth. Fixed, wow, you're really good. You're really good. That means you're a freak. You're one of those people that was blessed with a huge, deep genetic pool. And the Creator put his hand on your forehead and said, bless you, son. You will be 6'11", run like a deer, jump like crazy, have hand-eye coordination, have skills beyond matter, skate like a fiend. God bless you, son. Go and be prosperous. Then there's us. Right? Versus all that work you put in has really paid off. All those days of lifting, all those days of extra work, all those days of extra shots, all those days of extra stick skills, all those days of extra skating, paying off. That's the edge on success. Kids are in criticism. That's hard. Because kids are smart. Kids are smart. Roots. This idea of this is the greatest thing in sport, if you ask me. I don't watch hockey until it gets to crunch time. Because I hate all the fights. It's amazing how when they get to the playoffs, what do they do with the penalty about fighting? What do they do? You hockey guys, what do they do? If you fight, what happens to you in the playoffs? As opposed to the regular season. The penalty is stiffer, correct? Isn't it amazing how the fighting stops in the playoffs? Because the penalty is stiffer. So why don't they have that same penalty all year long? I don't get it. Roots. Do we teach kids to cheat? Think about it. You live in an area where we teach kids to cheat all the time. My position with the CIF, we see hardship appeals all the time, where parents fabricate where they live so their kids can go to certain schools. Cheating? What's the message? Any of you from Texas? The average age of a high school senior boy who graduates this spring in Texas, who does not play high school football will be 17 and a half. The average age of a high school male in the state of Texas that graduates this June who plays high school football, 19 and a half. What? Parents have them repeat the 6th grade and repeat the 8th grade so they can be bigger, stronger, and faster. Cheating? Parents are doing it. Parents. Kids aren't saying, hold me back in the 8th grade so everybody can call me stupid. Opponents, why do we gotta have them? No opponent, no game. No game. Opponents, no game. We don't know where we're at. Officials, when I'm king, master of the universe, every parent has to referee 1 game a year. Why? So you know how hard it is. How hard it is. Teammates, never do anything to embarrass your team. The way you act, I'm telling you, when I was a high school athletic director, there were some high schools that we would not invite to play at our school. Not because of their kids, not because of their coaches, because of their fans. Their parents were lunatics. No, won't play. But I heard you had an open game. No, just filled it. Gosh, can you put us on a wait list? Sure, you're number 800. Never do anything to embarrass yourself. Be respectful of the officials, and then we don't back that up. Be respectful to your coach, and we don't back that up. Honoring the game. Talk about opponents respectfully. They're really good. We've got to play really well to have a chance to win. And if we don't play as well as we can play, we don't have a chance. Respect for the officials. I saw a high school athletic event where a father was absolutely out of his mind. And he was sitting in the front row. And there was a timeout. And the official walked over, took his whistle off, and handed it to his dad, and walked out of the gym. Buzzer went off, time in, teams walk out. Where'd the official go? They walked over. You've been officiating for my time. Come on, get up. You got a whistle. Let's go. The guy ran out of the gym to find the official. He knew. He knew. Self-control. If we go nuts, we better have an outlet. We better have a way to bring ourselves back in. Get up, go for a walk, get a drink, do something. Rein yourself in. This whole idea of the game, sport moment as a parent, but you acted in a way you wished maybe was not the best. How will you do that differently next time? Have you embarrassed your child at a game by our action as a parent? That's a tough thing. That's a tough thing. The 3 things, this elm tree, or effort, learning, and mastery, this idea of filling the emotional tank, and this idea of honoring the game. Those are the 3 major core principles of what it is PCA and Wildcat hockey is talking about. It's not rocket science, folks. It really is not rocket science. It's about doing the right thing. The old days. How do you remember the old days? Think about this. I'm looking around the room. And I might be the oldest guy here. Is there anybody here older than 65? He's 65? Who's 65? Yeah? Congratulations. It's a great age, isn't it?
I'm 66.
How did we play when we were kids? Were there leagues for us to play in? Well, how did we play? What did we do? We went to the park. And what did we do at the park? We played. Who picked our teams? Who's we? Which kids?
Who were there?
The ones who were there. Really? It was the kid with the ball.
He left when he didn't get picked.
He left when he didn't get picked. That's why he got to pick the team. The kid with the bat. The kid with the ball. The neighborhood I grew up in, it was the two kids that just got out of jail. I'm not making that up. They were the two baddest dudes in the neighborhood. They picked the teams. When we played, did we have any coaches? How did we do that? We just kind of figured it out, didn't we? Just kind of figured it out. When the games got lopsided, the score got stupid, what did we do? Did you hear what he said? We changed teams. We stopped the game and shuffled the team. Can you flipping imagine that today? Time out. We're switching the teams. You two defensemen are going over here, and the goalie's going over there. What would the kids do? Excellent. New Jersey. You know what the parents are going to do? Ah! You're screwing with my kid's chance to play college hockey. Man, he's 9. Grow up. We've taken that away from our kids. You guys that played hockey on the ponds, any of you here? What was that like?
Incredible.
Why?
We had fun.
What?
Fun.
That F word creeps in there again, right?
That's right.
You picked your own teams?
Yeah.
Everybody brought their own equipment? Games got stupid? What did you do?
Go out and deliver papers afterwards.
Did you really learn to play the game there doing that? Absolutely. We learned to be fearless. We learned to be creative. We learned to be just passionate about what we were doing. We've taken that away from our kids. If you're at it, it's a whole other argument. I'm pretty old school about that. We've got to give our kids some room to grow. We need to let them lose. We need to let them feel defeat. We need to let them grow, because that's the only way they're going to get it. But remember, these are kids. It's a game. It's a game. This is not the NHL. When was the last time you saw an NHL player retire? Anybody? Think about the last one. You guys you're hockey buffs. Who was the last big-time hockey player to retire? Who? Solani? When he retired, what did he say? Some genius sports writer said, "Solani, Tito, why are you retiring?" What was his answer? What? It's not fun anymore. Seriously. What did he make per year? 7, 8 million, whatever it was, 9 million. Flew around on chartered jets, stayed in 5-star hotels, got $300 a day tip money, played a kid's game. Can you walk into your office tomorrow, walk up to your boss, take your keys, go, "I'm out, no fun. See you down the road, good luck to y'all." It happened. Not gonna happen. Parents, cheer for everybody. That's hard to do. That's a great play. Regardless of what it is, that's a great play. That's a great play. Referees are human. Hard to believe. I understand that. But if everybody has to referee, you will. You and your child do not play for the Chicago Blackhawks. That's on a park in Chicago. It should be on every park in America, because that sends the right message. This is the place that you can go. It's a website, the PCA Development Zone. It's got all kinds of information on it. It's free. You don't have to sign up. There's no anything to it. Just go there. All kinds of good stuff. You've all texted in. Hopefully you'll all got a message back. Just review, that's the number, your name, email address, all that good stuff. Don't worry about the evaluation, it's in your book. This is my contact information. When my secretary saw this, right here, this phone number, she literally got up and gave me a hug. I said, Chris, what's up? That's not my office. I said, yeah, right, that's my cell number. Just thank you. That's my personal cell number. If you call, you will know you got the right number. We're going to see how smart you all are now. You call that number, the ringtone is the theme to the greatest Western in the history of cinema.
The good, bad,
Who said it? The good, the bad, and the ugly. You win a lollipop.
She's not a Raider fan.
On behalf of the Positive Coaching Alliance, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here with you all and to have sat and watched your league grow and develop and become the league that so many people want to be a part of. That just doesn't happen on accident. That takes work. That takes effort. That takes commitment. You and your kids are the biggest salesmen. To see that USA Hockey has the kind of confidence that they have in you as an organization to come here and be as deeply involved as they are should send you a huge message. Please let your kids fail. Let them fail. They need to learn that. They need to learn to win. They need to learn success. But to do that, they must learn to fail. And that's hard for us to do as parents. That's a huge thing for us to allow to happen. But we have to trust in ourselves as parents and trust in our kids. If I can ever be of assistance, please don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me an email. I'm more happy to help out any way I can. It was an honor to come back, talk to you all again. I'm only 2 minutes over. Huh?
Pretty good.
Not bad. Good luck.